Okay, so today today on Trench Crusade Tuesday, we are going to be talking about Finland. Glorious Finland and what the fuck they're doing and their units within Trench Crusade. Okay? Ready, set, go. Hakkapeliittas. Finland's last line, first strike, and only real defense between the faithful and the yawning hellmouth of the north. You won't find banners flying or brass bands playing when these riders go out. There's no ceremony, no parade, no warm send-off, just the cold wind, prayers in Latin, and the sounds of hooves crushing into frostbitten dirt. These soldiers are born in the most hellish conditions imaginable by man. Northern Europe and the Hakkapeliittas have existed since the 1600s, ever since that cursed tear in the sky opened and the northern Hellgate first bled its poison into the world. Now, the reason that the Hakkapeliittas are called the Hakkapeliitt it comes from their battle cry, Hakkapeliitt, roughly translating to strike at them. It's not subtle, but hey, neither are they. Their shouts echo across the forests and snow caps of the north for generations, from back when they fought with muskets and sabers to now when it's rifles, explosive lances, and salvaged hell tech found off of fallen heretics. And when you hear Hakkapeliitt, it's in the distance cutting through the howl of the wind. It means that if you are a man of faith, you will live, but if you are a heretic, you will be sent back to hell. Now, out in the frozen edges of Northern Europe, vehicles are useless. They're too expensive, too fragile, too easy to break in a land that will freeze oil in the car during the winter. So they ride Finn horses, stubborn, cold-blooded beasts that don't quit. You won't see them given in to the average man. They're shaggy, half-thorn beasts that know how to survive weeks in a snowstorm without food and maybe kill a lesser man who tries to saddle them wrong. But they're perfect for what the Hakkapeliittas need. Speed, because God, or they fast. The Hakkapeliittas hit fast and hard. They ride between pine trees, barely visible against the blizzard, then shoot short controlled bursts from rapid-fire rifles. Close-range pistols bark in the night, and before the heretics can react, steel flashes, swords drawn, silence slicing through flesh. If that's not enough, they've got lances tipped with homemade explosives for heavy armor. They don't waste time. They can crack open tanks like crab shells with whatever they have. That being mines, sticky bombs, even Molotovs in glass jars blessed with holy oil. Their armor that they use is lighter than most faithful armies, because it has to be. There's not enough Orclam steel to go around in the north, and you can't afford to be slow here. Everything's mobile, everything's lean. They wear what they can salvage, what they can piece together. Some plates are stitched into old winter coats, others are armored into shapes from captured enemy armored, sanctified by battlefield priests who travel with border patrol. Most faithful nations refuse to touch Hellforged steel. They say it carries corruption, but in Northern Europe, they couldn't care less about that. As long as it works, they will use it. Now, where do the Hakkapeliittas usually fight? Well, they usually fight in the forests of Northern Europe. Hundreds of miles of forests where heretics are hiding in the trees, with no real roads, and the ones that do exist perfect place to ambush a convoy, plant an IED, or vanish without a trace. In the summer, there are swamps that'll eat a whole platoon. In the winter, it's so cold it'll freeze your balls off. So basically, the places they fight are hellhole. And the Hackplack, they are used to it. Every bog, every hidden pass, every dead-end trail, if you chase them, they will hide or just outrun you. And if they're chasing you, not even heaven or hell will stop them from finding you. When a big push does come out of the Hell Gates, and it happens a lot because Zemir is a little bitch who wants control over the north, well, it's the Hackplack who find it first. They scout the edges, track movements, listen to whispers in the trees. They have to figure out fast, is this a raiding party, a decoy, or is it the start of another real invasion? They've seen both. When it's just a few heretics probing the defenses, they hit fast and leave no survivors. But when it's tanks and beasts and war bands of cultists led by demon-bound generals, then the Hackplacks buy time with blood while the southern armies get moving. The last time the Hackplacks got caught sleeping was 1908, the year that the forces of Zemyar broke through the northern frontier and surged south all the way to Venice. They razed towns, shattered armies, left nothing but ash in their wake. It took a united force of the Kamlar Union, Prussians, Novgorod, Kiev, and the Polish-Lithuanians to hold the line at the city gates. They only just managed to stop it. No one wants a repeat of that. That's why the patrols go out every day, every night, even when there's no sign of movement, because they know that silence doesn't mean safety. It usually means something's coming. Take Johnson Folk Colonsa, for example, old war horse of a man who spent 7 years fighting in New Antioch, deep in no man's lands, and saw and fought things that could not be described, much less survive. But he did. Barely. He came home with eyes that don't blink enough and hands that won't stop twitching. Civilian life didn't take, so he signed up for the border forces, like so many others who make up the ranks of the Hackplats. I don't know how you pronounce it correctly. God damn. In the comments, go down in the comments and explain to me how you pronounce them, please. Now, Flax is known for his patrols, the long ones the ones that go right up to the edge of the Hellmouth and back. Sometimes he doesn't come back on time, sometimes people think he's dead, and then he just shows up again, frost in his beard, blood on his coat. His horse, Hella, is just as eerie. She's been touched. You can see it in her eyes, looking like she either knows too much or too little, but she still rides. Flack keeps her draped in crucifix, bites bits of saint bones, braided charms, anything to keep the worst of the dark out. That bond between steed and rider is unbreakable. You ride together, you die together. And when the Marabelle comes slithering out of the woods, those twisted beast-shaped sins of flesh and blasphemy, you need something you can trust beneath you, something that won't run in fear but run to the demon with a lance with a bomb strapped to the end of it. That's the horse that the Hinlands ride. That was the worst pronunciation I've done so far. But anyways, this life that these men live, it's not for glory, it's not even for hope, it's for keeping the rest of the world fighting a little longer. It's about being the first to see the dark and the last to fall beneath it. The Hackplats don't expect medals, they don't expect songs. Most of them don't even expect to be remembered. All they expect is that they will kill a heretic with them once they die. So, if a heretic, unlucky as he may be, ever finds himself deep in the woods of the Finnish north, and it hears the wind shift and the trees go quiet, and then in the distance a single voice shouting Hakkapel, they know their death has come. Thank you for making it this far in the video. I really do thank you for watching my content. I hope I managed to get this out on, Tuesday. I'll most likely, though, get it out on, the real end of Tuesday, so 10 or 11. But yeah, thank you. Hope you enjoy your day, and, remember, stay safe. Goodbye.